So when was the last time you had a really fun and memorable date night? Or better yet, an entire weekend with your spouse? Well, no matter how many errands or household projects that you have, there's always a way to squeeze in those good times into your schedule. Sarah Welch from Buttoned Up joins us to show us how. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Good to see you again. Now, date nights are few and far between at our house. So what are the key to getting them and then making them work so that, when you're with your spouse, you can concentrate on being, with your spouse and not, well, what's happening at home?
Back at the ranch, what's going on? Well, really, it does come down to two things. The first is actually taking the time to think about and dream a little bit about some fun things to do that might get you out of a rut of dinner and a movie. And then the second part is making sure your babysitter really is buttoned up, and so that way you get to enjoy being out with your spouse and not worried about what's going on back at the ranch. So first part is the fun part. And that is thinking about the date night. In the day-to-day when you're shuttling kids to soccer practice and dealing with crazy bosses and it's kind of hard to get out above whatever fire you're putting out that day and dream a little bit, plan a little bit. So you've got to schedule it in. And it's not a lot of time. It's maybe 10 or 15 minutes once a week. Just schedule it in at lunch or at night after the kids have gone to bed and dream a little bit. Take 10 minutes to think about some fun things you'd like to do. And if you're coming up stuck without any really good ideas, a really good thing to turn to are magazines, particularly local magazines that have show times and fun things to do around the town. And the trick to actually getting them done is to map your ideas to your to-do list.
Ah, there you go.
So you actually get them done.
Cool. All right, and then we come to the babysitter.
We come to the babysitter part. One thing we recommend is to have a few babysitters, maybe 2, maybe 3, that you have that you can call at any point in time. So pre-screening babysitters is a really good idea, and just some things, some common sense things to pay attention to as you're screening, making sure that they're responsible, that they're trustworthy, that they know how to be calm in the event of an emergency. They wouldn't be afraid to ask for help, those kinds of things. So just a good idea to take the time now to develop that roster. And then once they're actually there that night, a couple of things to make sure that they are really buttoned up, if you will. The first is obviously give them instructions for the evening. This is just a babysitter pad, and it's got instructions where you'll be, what numbers to reach you at, and then for each of your children, the basics. What time are their meals? Are they allowed to watch TV, have snacks, that kind of thing. And then a life doc which has a caregiver section in the event of any kind of emergency. If you're not there, your babysitter will need an emergency authorization form, a permission to treat form. So just making sure that little details like that are buttoned up.
And then things that the kids are going to need.
The things that the kids are going to need. Yep. Just orienting them around the house. If they're planning on going out, another great thing to have is just a checklist of the kinds of things they need to have in the bag to pack.
All right.
So,
thank you so much.
Thanks.
We're going to talk to you again in just a few minutes with some more fun ideas, right?
Yes.
All right. You can find more tips about staying organized on the website getbuttonedup.com, and we have a link on our website, myfoxwghp.com.
Coming up next, we're going to show you how to plan a party for the kids, and you don't even have to stress out. It can be done. We'll show you how when we come back right here on the Fox 8 Morning News.
It is a great time for little ones, but kids' parties can be really stressful for the parents who have to plan them. So Sarah Welch with Buttoned Up is here to help us kind of simplify the process and make it stress-free, or at least less stressful.
Yes, the key is streamlining and combining activities and takeaways. That is a big part of it. First things first, you got to have a plan for the birthday, and a great thing to do is actually engage your child in this process. Have them help you come up with ideas, and then also delegate some of the tasks to them. Next, invitations. And really the best, cheapest, fastest way to go is e-vites. This is from evite.com. Just simple, easy. A lot of schools have email addresses that you can send things out to. If you need old-fashioned cards, obviously you can pick those up at any local drugstore or Target. Now for the fun part, the activities of the day. We look to try and combine activities with party favors. We call them twofers, and we have a lot of fun ideas to talk about this morning.
Cool.
The first is what we call the flip-flop decorating party. You can go get dollar flip-flops from the local dollar store in age-appropriate sizes, along with some crafts like glitter and ribbon, and have people decorate the flip-flops.
Yeah, they love doing that.
Yeah, really fun. Another crowd pleaser, the piñata.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not only fun to sort of break, but it's also a great way to incorporate party favors. You can put things inside like bubbles and or candy. It doesn't always have to be just candy.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's cool.
Another really fun activity is decorating cupcakes. So if you don't have the time to make the cupcakes yourself, go get some basic cupcakes from a store, and then the kids can have a lot of fun putting the decoration on themselves.
They love doing that.
They love doing that. This one is a favorite. Simply get a Polaroid camera, or if you have a digital camera, use one of those. And as the party is happening, I see this fell over, take snapshots of the kids, either together or working on things. And at the end, they can make frames out of things like popsicle sticks and decorate.
Love doing that.
Love doing this. And then they get a really neat memory to bring home and keep in their rooms. Another really, really fun thing is t-shirt decorating. All you need are some simple fabric paints and some paint brushes and glue, and you'll be amazed at the fun things that kids can put together.
They have so much fun doing that, but do it somewhere like outside
or
put
newspapers down.
Newspaper everywhere, because we have carpeting that needs to be replaced now from making this on one Saturday evening where I thought they'd be safe. But very cool.
And then last but not least, once the party is over, teach your children about etiquette. These are some really great fill-in-the-blank thank you notes for little ones that are learning how to write. Just simple thank yous.
Great. Hey, thanks so much.
Thanks.
At 7:15, we're going to be talking about taking road trips. But in the meantime, if you want to get more organizational ideas to get buttoned up with, well, we've put a link to the Get Buttoned Up site under the Friday morning section of our website, myfoxwghp.com.